Horse have to remember, accept, extend, and touch, and stay still. Very good. Again, stay still, not running around. And we didn't practice this step for a long time already. So we put a very good foundation on the horse mental abilities. So horse remembers this very well. Beautiful. Front legs, beautiful. Horse have to stay still, accept this. Not to kick, not run away. Hind legs, very nice. Horse have to accept, extend, and touch. Understand human without fear, frustration, or physical pressure in the horse mental or physical abilities. Now we're gonna ask horse step towards the fence with hind quarters, and horse have to stay still and accept, extend, and touch. A little bit more towards the fence, right here, move your shoulder. Right here, I want a little bit more. Right here, very nice. Beautiful work right here, very good job. Change sides, horse still have to stay still when we changing sides. Horse still have to stay still and not to fall apart, not to change direction, not to turn towards us. If we put horse this way, horse have to stay this way. Towards me, move your shoulders. Towards me right here. And horse gonna stay in the middle and accept, extend, and touch in the middle. That's very important, horse understand that. And control emotion in the open area and not support their mental abilities against the wall and hide beside the wall. So horse have to accept, extend, and touch in any direction. We're throwing our lasso on the horse body. Extend and touch. To educate actually horse mental abilities, to control emotion and fear, when horsemen apply extend and touch in the horse mental abilities, when he educate the horse in the first level from foundation program, discover philosophy and methodology in round pen. I would like to share with you reasons and benefits behind the steps when we educate actually horse mental abilities, not physical abilities, mental abilities on this step. And what kind of steps we actually need to achieve this goal, and how this step will gonna help us in the future education and communication between our horses in our life, daily communication in our life. I all the time share with you and explain to you when we apply the methods or we design any methods in the horse education, we have to know our final goal, why we have to use the steps and how the steps will gonna connect to the next method, to the next step, to actually help horse mentally to understand our education. So when I design extend and touch, I think ahead how I can use the steps. So actually when I apply extend and touch, I think in ahead how I can touch my horse in the first time with my hands. When I'm gonna walk towards the horse, if I have to put my eyes down, I have to hide my energy. Or I can go easily, walk to my horse and touch my horse. I don't have to pretend I'm a predator. Walk, and now stop, and face you. Stay still. Fix your shoulders right here and stay still. Now human allowed to walk towards the horse with lasso. And horse have to stay still. That's another step what we learn, without hiding our eyes and sneak with our hand. So we develop a lot of confidence, and I explain how your energy and confidence you can transfer to your horse, and by developing consistently and consistent forward motion and stop and face you, so you don't have to worry. Horse, put your energy away and hide your eyes and come towards the horse. So it's very important. All the steps we gonna accomplish. If I can put first time saddle on the horse or saddle pad without restricting him by the halter and horsemanship rope, and he can stay still in the middle of the round pen and not gonna run away from me. If he can let me to touch his ears, eyes, his muzzle, if he let me to touch his front legs and hind legs, can I touch him from behind? Can my horse go through the obstacles? Can I ride my horse and raise my hand in the air and horse control his emotion, not fall apart? Can my horse face me with hindquarters and I develop confidence behind hindquarters with extended touch and touch with my hands his hind legs, his tail, his hindquarters? Can I walk behind my horse? So I can give you million reasons why we actually need extended touch to develop horse mental abilities. So horse will control fear and emotion, not only in stay still, in the forward motion and in the speeds we desire from him. Through this education and following my theory and my methods, you already understand. Methods have to connect to each other. Each method have to support another method. And I would like to talk to you and share with you my philosophy, my thought, why I even decide to design this step in my education and discover philosophy and methodology in round pen. By studying many years and discover my methods, I realize when we step in mentally as a horseman, when we step in round pen, we dominating our horse by asking him travel in the forward motion with tools to apply actually physical pressure or some kind of degree pain on his skin. If horse refuses to go forward, we applying whip or we throwing lasso in the horse hindquarters to make horse physically not understand mentally at all. Teach horse to using surviving instinct to travel to the left and right direction, but not possible actually after to transfer in the future education in hand communication when we connect to the horse with horsemanship halter and rope, or we under saddle, then we need second person, or we need whips on the lunge line in hand communication, or under saddle, or tapping with split reins to make horse travel forward motion. That's a very good answer, very happy. That's only what we're gonna work today, just on the forward motion and the speed control. Very good. Continue travel, very good. Very beautiful. I am not allowed to apply physical pain and pressure in the horse body to make horse travel forward. I want to truly horse understand me to travel forward. Very good, much better. That's a speed control and walk, nice and relax. Move your feet forward, much better today. Beautiful. Feet forward. I hold it up, keep my eye, what she's doing. Right here, very nice, continue travel. You see the snow's going outside because she just, it's not communication, it's disconnection between each other. Much better, nice and relaxed right now. Continue travel around me, very balanced, very coordinated, very good. Move your feet forward, don't stop on me. Very beautiful. I very like to see that. Very nice. And now I'm going to break and walk. And still travel around me. So reason behind, I thought in my brain very deeply about this education, how I can communicate with my horse easy. So horse can horse can understand me mentally better than just dominate his feet. So in the first step, we study we study horse have to travel left and right direction consistently because horse have to understand our voice command, body language, and our presence, our energy. And horse have to understand travel immediately consistent, and horse have to understand travel consistently, never stop. So our horse understand actually our body language, voice command, and our energy to travel forward motion. So if I pick up the whip, or I'm going to pick up lasso and throw lasso in the horse hindquarters to make horse travel forward motion, or apply physical pressure and pain in the horse hindquarters to make him travel left and right direction, I already taking confidence away from the horse because I am looking for immediate response right now. I don't have no patience, not relaxation. I want immediate response from my horse immediately now because I'm going to apply the tool. You have to travel now because I'm telling you to travel. In our education, we take our time. We explain our horses. So we can take this method in transfer in the future education. So if I apply the physical pressure with tools to make horse travel left and right direction, then when I'm gonna touch the horse in the first time, if he don't have a halter and horsemanship rope, I have to put my head down left and right direction and hide my eyes and pretend and touch him, smell my hand. Before 5 minutes ago, I dominate him, and now I'm going to touch him. So for me as a horseman, that's not make sense at all. If you want to educate horse mental abilities, you have to explain them this education and develop this confidence, develop this communication between each other. So if horse don't let us to touch him in the first time, what next step what we do? We lassoing the horse or putting halter and horsemanship rope. And again, putting our eyes down, hiding, and again touching our horse. So again, restricting horse with tools, lasso or horsemanship halter and rope, restricting horse mental ability to touch him in the first time. So again, we're looking for immediate response from the horse. And that's why we're dominating the animal to touch him in the first time. By dominating his, not his feet even, dominating his mental abilities. It's much faster, it's much easier, that's not involve a lot of hard work. It's very easy to pick up the flag, whip, or throw lasso and making horse travel forward motion. But in the future, horses vary up, they become a head-shy horses, they're kicking on us, they're pulling us, when we're going to touch them the first time, they're pulling us across arena or field. And that's why we're redirecting their energy to make them tire their feet left and right direction so they will stay still and let us to touch you the first time. Again, it's a flying by the air, flying by random situation. In the life, when you educate a horse, it is not a method, it's actually what connect to each other. We're winning this timing to succeed for our own benefits. We don't think in this particular moment about the horse mental abilities. So that's why I truly want to explain you this, True Grit members, so you truly understand the reason, because philosophy it's very deep and the reason truly behind why I designed the steps. And like I said before, I didn't design around pen education. Greatest horseman in the world tried to share this philosophy to us and find better way how to communicate with horses, to help horse enthusiastic to succeed in their education with their horses. So I said to myself, I will gonna educate my horse with body language, voice command, and energy. Your horse will understand travel forward motion. So now I decide I'm gonna touch you in the first time. So if I'm gonna pick up the rope, lasso, and I'm gonna throw lasso right away on the horse, it's gonna be no different than I'm gonna pick up lasso and throw on the horse hindquarters, and he's gonna start to run away from me again. So it's a very interesting way. You can see through the methods when I educate extended touch to horse. I explain you how you have to graduate your timing in your body language and start to educate extended touch away from the horse, not towards the horse. Because what? We have to develop confidence with our horse. That's simple. Because if I'm going to just pick up lasso and start to throw lasso in the horse hindquarters, I'm going to take away all confidence away from horse. And he's going to become again head shy, nervous, run away, and etc. So it's very important, first of all, because we're talking all the time, sequence of the methods, sequence of the methods. It's a critical important. First of all, develop forward motion in the round pen without physical pressure. Physical pressure, I mean, don't apply actually physical touch in the horse skin and not aggressive energy. Horse truly have to understand your voice command, your body language, and your energy. Sure, we're going to apply energy. Sure, we're going to start to fall apart. It's going to be frustration. Horse not going to understand right away travel and forward motion. And through this education, you can see how slash falling apart with my body energy and my voice command. He all the time speeding up, left or right direction. So it takes time. Took me a long time to develop when I point, clock, and lean with my shoulders. He truly understands travel forward motion and the speed I desire from him. But it's a different body languages for a walk, trot, and lope. So horse truly have to understand it. So first of all, we don't have to even concentrate which direction horse gonna travel. We're only concentrating right now with our energy and our presence. Horse have to move away from us. So we're gonna apply first repetition. We're gonna go towards the horse and we have to say, can you please move away? Move your feet. Move your feet. When horse went, we're gonna step all the way back and release horse from this education and let horse relax. Why we have relaxation between repetitions? Because we're educating horse to relax his mental abilities and physical abilities and develop confidence, develop relaxation, and develop communication between us and a lot of patience. So again, second time, again, we're not concentrating right now which direction horse wants to go right now. Horse went, and we're going to say, okay, that's a second repetition, and let horse relax. Right now also, we're not concentrating how balanced and coordinated he is when he travels to the left or to the right. We can develop balance and coordination. It's not just running around the circle in the round pen. Every step have to have a reason behind it and why we have to do that. Because after we're going to transfer to in-hand communication and riding and confidence and thought mind and bridle work methodology. So horse have to learn how to develop this balance and coordination right here, right now. Because again, if you're going to pick up the weapon lasso and make horse travel in forward motion, how are you going to teach him to lope in the round pen? Pick up more energy with whip? Or you're going to throw lasso much harder? No, horse have to understand your energy graduate in your body. Horse have to understand you graduate your voice. Horse have to understand you changing your body language. That's how horse will going to learn speeds. And at the same time, reduce the speed. You're reducing your energy, you're reducing your body language, you're reducing your voice command. And changing your body language on a different speed for the horse, towards horse shoulders. And horse understand how to slow down. But that's in the future. We're going to talk about in speed control when we're going to get to the speed control education. So that was my goal. My main goal, to develop confidence with horse when I apply extended touch and horse stays still. We're not concentrating right now how horse going to stay still. Faces with front end, with hind end, sideways. We just want horse stay still and relax when we apply extended touch. And we're not concentrating yet if it's going to be from the right side or on the left side. In the future, when we're going to start to educate horse, and the next step, stop and face, and stay 90 degrees towards us, then we're already going to start apply our first methods, second method, and third method, and going to combine them together. Then horse truly will going to understand to stop and face, stay still, and you're going to apply extended touch from any side you desire of your horse mental and physical abilities. Another very, very big reason why I use first step, first of all, to educate horse travel and forward motion consistently, and after take this method and combine with extended touch, second step of the discovered philosophy methodology in round pen. We're talking all the time about whip, its extension of our arm. Lasso, its extension in our arm. So let's think as a horse, as a horseman or horsewoman, when I apply physical pressure with whip and holding whip in my hand, my arm getting just a little bit longer, and I apply physical pain in the horse body. So when I throw in lasso, again, my hand getting longer. Horse not understand. You apply physical pain and pressure with the whip or with your hand. He just see energy, anger, and pain coming from the human. So if we're going to start to apply, that's a big reason why I educate horses to travel with energy, voice command, and body language. Because if you already apply whip and throw lasso in hindquarters, extended touch will never work for you. You're going to strict your horse with rope or with lasso, because horse already learned when human pick up something in his hand, or if human just step in round pen, he will gonna dominate me with fear to make me travel in forward motion. To educate horse travel in forward motion with these three components, body language, voice command, and energy, it takes time. But it's amazing, amazing differences and feelings inside of you as a human, not even horseman. When horse truly understand how to communicate with you, you not travel just because you apply physical pressure. So that's a very big reason why I decide to take first step and combine with second step. So horse understand me mentally, and after I go to teaching, I can touch you from the far away. If I have something in my hand, it doesn't mean you have to run, and I'm going to dominate you. So that's a very, very interesting philosophy, and it took me a long time to understand that when I started to develop my methods, because I fall apart a lot of time in round pen by studying, because my goal was truly to develop the methods so horse truly will understand me, not just to dominate him. Horses communicate between each other by dominating each other, and with pressure and release, by pushing each other with body, legs, very up, biting, running sideways, and etc. And that's why we're studying horses from the far away and start to apply pressure and release. And when we step in and round pen and start to apply this whip and start to apply the lasso to making horse travel left and right direction, we're thinking that's how horses communicate between each other, and we have to communicate back with pressure, and when horse gonna and release, and when horse gonna step away from us or accept our cue, we're gonna dominate with this pressure, we're gonna step away and say, that's good, that's what we want from you. In my philosophy, in my horsemanship, I don't believe in the pressure and release. It's domination. It's that simple, and aggravation. To truly develop communication between horses and between humans when you educate them, physically and mentally, it takes a long time, and you need physical exercises. So horse truly understand mentally what are you educating him, and they have to connect to each other. So that's another reason why I don't use first step with pressure and release, because extended touch will never work, because horse all the time will learn when I'm gonna throw something on you or swing something around you, it means move away from the pressure. I want a horse move away from my energy. If I have to increase my energy and walk towards the horse, or put my shoulders forward, or cluck, or point, or tap lasso in my legs to increase this energy, horse have to travel forward motion, but never physical pressure actually in the horse skin. That's how horses communicate between each other. And I always said, we're never going to be a horses. We never can have exactly instinct as a horses. We're not going to smell like horses. We're not going to run like horses. We're not going to be fast like horses. We're not going to be aggressive or relaxed like horses. We're human. We have our own language. But what very interesting, and it's very important, guys, what I'm going to say right now. I always say very important, but it is very, very important. Why I don't believe in the pressure and release, and why I'm not educating horses with pressure and release. I educate with physical exercises. Pressure will exist, don't take me wrong, because I'm going to pick up the reins, apply the energy. That's a pressure. But everything what we educating horse, mentally and physically, we educating horse for specific physical movement. Not soft hands, not pressure and release, cannot develop mental abilities or physical abilities, tissue of the muscle, or body part, balance and coordination with this body part, shoulders, ribcage, hindquarters. That's not possible. So that's a very big, deep philosophy, because we want to think ahead, what we want to accomplish in 2 or 3 years with our horses under saddle. This round pen, it's not just dominating horse, run in a circle and come to me whatever you desire. I want to take this forward motion to the saddle. I want to take this extended touch to the saddle. Be confident with my horse, and etc. So that's another reason why I designed first step and second step, what they connect to each other. It is very, very difficult, and I'm not afraid to say that, but it's a very difficult step to accomplish for a human emotionally. Control his emotion, to actually educate horse to accept extended touch. And I explain you why. Because we as a human, I'm not different. We as a human, we want to respond, immediate response. We lack of patience. Doesn't matter how strong we are and how long we can keep this patience mentally. In the final end, we want to have a response. And when we take for a long period, if it takes for a long period of time to educate the horse step, we fall apart. Because we're saying this step will never gonna work for us. We're not consistent, and we're not continue educate the horse till we're gonna get result what we want from the horse. To understand how to apply this method, we have to this method, extended touch. We have to truly study a lot about horse mental abilities and what kind of animal you have in a round pen. How strong he is mentally, how he controls his fear and emotion, and how long you can educate him on this particular day to educate this step, extended touch, or how far you can take him on this step today or tomorrow, or when you have to remove your energy and remove him from education. So most of the time, why I'm saying difficult, most of the time when I shared my methods, extended touch, and I show education with my horses, because I pass so many horses in my life, and I can read immediately what kind of energy horses have, what kind of emotion horses have, how he can control his fear and emotions. And I develop immediately plan in my brain how I'm going to apply extended touch and how far I'm going to take him today to accomplish some kind of goals with this step with my horse. So when humans step in round pen and start to apply extended touch, he wants immediate response. He start to educate horse, extended touch far away from the horse, and start to graduate very fast. And horse gonna start to run away or never gonna accept extended touch. And that's we saying right away, horse will never gonna accept extended touch. But reality, it is not horse cannot accept extended touch. It's a human emotionally cannot accept extended touch. Because don't have patience, don't have relaxation, wants immediate response, immediately right away. And when horse start to run away in a circle, in a round pen, and cannot stay still when you apply extended touch, human emotionally fall apart, getting frustrated, upset, breathing very hard, fall apart emotionally. And horse in this moment read energy of the human. And it's become a very, very big miscommunication between horse and horseman. And again, extended touch fall apart. So reality, you have to finish very, very well first step. I mean very well. When you point and apply body energy and voice command, and body language, horse traveling without hesitation. Horse travel consistent and consistent. Because you already develop confidence in the step with your horse. You develop communication between each other, relationship. You cannot just step in the first day in the round pen, run your horse in a circle left and right and say, okay, I done my job, here I go, extended touch, start. That's never gonna work. Quality of education, hard work, daily, spend a lot of hours, understand horse mental abilities. Only this way, take your time, your patience. Only this way you will succeed in this step. When I finally educate the horse, and we educate the horse, and horse accept extended touch, and we graduate extended touch towards horse mental abilities from the left side and the right side, and horse actually stays still and accept extended touch. Doesn't matter how many times you apply lasso in the horse back, horse will stay still and never gonna move an inch. So now very interesting idea of my philosophy and methods, we have to use first step. We have to ask horse travel in the forward motion. Why we have to do that? Let's just think together. You're gonna put saddle on your horse? That's right. Saddle will gonna touch. Just gonna small example. I cannot give you all ideas in theory because through the methods, by watching actually education, daily how educated slash, you will understand much deeply that with physical education. Saddle gonna move in the horse back when horse travel in a forward motion. That's right. You put bridle on the horse, bridle gonna move in the horse face, reins gonna touch his back. You're gonna put saddle pad. You're gonna move around the horse when you're gonna ride the horse. That's your extended touch. Remember, that's a foundation program. It's a foundation education. We're preparing with methods horse to understand and our communication between each other and develop confidence. So now go back again. If horse not understand forward motion and you apply extended touch, what's going to happen? He's going to jump over the round pen and run to the next feed store or next field to the neighbor and hide from us. So that you can see how we need steps and methods. Because we're going to take this after this extended touch. We're not going to stop and stay still and finish extended touch. Extended touch will going to grow through the educational steps in the Discover Philosophy methodology in round pen. A lot of time we lunging our horses and we have a rope on front of the horse, or we have a small ditch, or we have a shadow, and horse travel forward motion. What's happened with horse? Horse jumping, rope then that's thin, or shadow that small, or ditch that small, and horse jumping in the air 6 feet. Extended touch. Extended touch on front of the horse. Level. I'm going to ask him to travel forward and introduce to him extended touch on front of him. We're going to start to apply extended touch very far away from him And if he's ready, I'm going to graduate towards. And extend and touch away. Beautiful from horse. Very good. Continue travel. Very nice. And again, far away from horse. Beautiful. He smell, but travel without hesitation. How many times when horses travel forward motion and they see tarp, or they cannot travel through the tarp, they go sideways, jump over 10 feet, extend and touch. You will see how extend and touch we're going to graduate with flag when horse travel or stay still, or extend and touch apply on front of the horse when horse travel. But very interesting again, when we're going to educate horse speed control, walk, trot, and lop, and horse truly understand to travel on the speed we desire from him, then we're going to start to apply extend and touch again. So when I'm going to ride horse the first time, I'll put saddle on the horse. I'm not going to worry about he going to back or run away, or he not going to accept the saddle, or tarp going to be behind his hind legs, because extend and touch I will transfer to in hand communication and develop forward motion exercises, confidence exercises with flag when I connect to the horse. Again, I don't have to swing the rope, apply the whip, because first of all I don't have 3 hands, I only have 2 hands. If I'm going to hold my horse and hold the flag, I cannot apply other tool. So it is in the future you will see that how everything tied together. It's not, again, we're not just flying by the air and try to succeed in the particular situation, a moment, whatever we just decide in our brain. We have to have a plan. We have to know why we applying the steps and how the step is going to help us in the future. Extend and touch when horse travel behind the horse. When horse travel, touch his front legs and hind legs and horse travel. You will see in the slash education when I apply extend and touch in front of him, and he's a stallion. What he done, he grabbed the lasso and he dominate, lay down and dominates this rope with front legs. So this flag going behind him right now. And that's amazing step. We're going to practice this. Because when horses, very good, continue travel. Right here. That's interesting. That's interesting. He just laid down completely on this flag to dominate this flag as a stallion. Very good. Imagine you're going to be under saddle. Again, you're going to put yourself in a very dangerous situation. So it's very interesting to actually extend and touch. When I designed this, designed this method, I thought for a long period of time. Probably took me good 16 years to understand why I have to have extend and touch. So, and the way how I developed this, it took me a long time to understand how to apply this method and how this method is going to lead me to the future education. So it's very, very interesting step. And again, it's just develop horse confidence between, and communication and relationship and trust between horse and horseman. How extend and touch can help me to touch first time horse feet, front legs or hind feet, or walk towards the horse hind quarters and touch his feet. A lot of time we taking a halter and horsemanship rope and restricting horse mental abilities, holding and kind of sideways touching horse feet, especially hind feet, say whoa, 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 and touching, or put rope around and pulling. We're putting ourselves again in a dangerous situation. So why we cannot teach horse to accept, extend, and touch from the far away, from 25 feet away from us? and touch front legs, hind legs, back, hindquarters, neck of the horse. So when I'm going to put horsemanship halter and rope, and I'm going to finish other methods and combine them, confidence methods, I can touch my horse without fear, without hiding my body energy in my body language towards the horse, not go sideways to the horse legs. Because we take our time and we explain everything to our horse step by step. So it's going to, and develop this confidence. All the time repeatedly develop this confidence. So horse truly mentally understand what you desire from him. So it's very important, true grit members, for your benefits to accomplish very well first step. So horse truly understand how to travel forward motion consistent and consistent in left and right direction. And if you fall apart and you hesitate and you're upset and frustrated, do not give up. Continue working till you're going to get success. And if horse truly will understand, remember, education takes time. Domination, it's immediately, right now, because it's very easy and very convenient to us. Because we want to please ourselves. We don't want to work very hard. We want immediate response immediately right now. So remember in your mind, education takes a long time. But when you're going to finish foundation education, your horse is going to grow so fast under saddle because you have amazing blocks of foundation. Your methods all going to be connected to each other. You're not going to have crooked wall when you have to patch the holes and fix the problems. Everything going to be there for you. Just take your patience, takes your time, and finish very well first step. When you're going to finish very well first step, finish very well second step. And rely on this first step when you're going to educate horse travel in the forward motion, because horse will truly understand this. Because if we're not going to finish first step and second step very well, third step, stop and face, will going to fall apart, and you're never going to combine the steps together. Everything going to start to fall apart, and you're going to start to rebuild your foundation again. So take your time, work very hard, and I wish you succeed with your horses. And if you're gonna work very hard, you will gonna get results what you desire from your horse.